I get this all the time. Coach Gabe, I just need more exposure. The reason I'm not getting college looks is because of my club team. And I get it. It's easy to feel like if you just had more exposure, you would get recruited by those college soccer coaches. But the truth is that most players don't play D1 soccer because they're just not good enough. I mean, just think about it. There's hundreds of thousands of high school soccer players who are trying to play at the next level, whether that's D1, D2, D3, or even professionally. But the real thing that sets the players apart that make it is because they're good enough. Now, don't get me wrong, college recruiting is so important, but just getting seen, getting more exposure isn't going to get you that offer. What you really need to focus on is just becoming the player that once a coach sees you, they can't help but recruit you. Way too many players spend all of their time blaming external circumstances like their club team or the college recruiting service they're using, or not being able to contact the coaches, not knowing how to. But what they really need to do is spend this time, energy, and effort on just becoming a better player. So that way, when a college coach finds you, because they will, they'll be impressed. You can have all the exposure in the world, but if you don't have the mentality, the technical ability, and the athleticism to play at the next level, then all of it doesn't matter. And I'm not going to sit here and lecture you like I have all of the answers, but this is what worked for me. D1 coaches are looking for elite level players, especially nowadays with how fast soccer is growing in the United States. The professional game's getting more funding, the college programs are getting more funding, and the sport's growing. As a result, players are getting better and better, and college coaches know this. So they're looking for guys that can compete physically, can compete mentally, and can hold their own with the ball, keeping it, making plays happen, and just overall being a good soccer player, especially if you are a freshman or sophomore. I mean, I even have eighth graders that are telling me that their main concern is exposure. Here's the thing, if you're a baller, then college coaches will find you. That's their job. They want to keep their job, so they're going to bring in players that are going to increase the level of their program. I just think that your window to actually improve is so small that you can't spend all of that time, energy, and effort on college recruiting and worrying about exposure. Inside the roadmap to D1 soccer, of course we cover college recruiting. I'm not saying it's not important, but we focus on developing the mindset, technical ability, and athleticism that college coaches are looking for. My goal is to mold you into the baller that college coaches, when they see play, are begging you to come play for their program, because ultimately that's what we want. We want to play for a college coach who genuinely values us and thinks that we can serve something to the program, not just somebody that we marketed ourselves to and now they're stuck with us on the team. Focus on improving every day consistently, and the exposure will come to you. And if you're really worried about playing for a better club team, then become the best player on your current team and then find a new team in the local area or move. When I was 12 years old, I was by far the best player on my team in my local small community. So I moved to Raleigh and played for NCFC, which was a much bigger club. But I think the advantage was actually being around better coaches and players, not the increased exposure that I received. If you want to dial in and actually focus on the problem that prevents most soccer players from not playing D1 soccer, then booking a call with me. You can use the link below. We'll talk about what you're struggling with, what your goals are, and if I can help you get there using the roadmap to D1 soccer.